Hello everyone. Today we are going to start another chapter from general pathology is disorder of mineral metabolism, and in this chapter we are going to start mechanism of calcification and gout. But what is a disorder of mineral metabolism and why the minerals are important? Large amount of minerals are required for normal physiological function of the cells and thus for organism, and of these mineral like calcium, iron, phosphate are the major important minerals in our body is very important. So today we are going to start the calcium mineral disorder metabolism, and there is another is a gout, and gout is due to the calcium and phosphate deficiency. Then the calcium and phosphates are important ingredient for our endoskeleton, while the iron is essential for synthesis of hemoglobin. So today we are going to start the mechanism of calcification and gout. So first one is a mechanism of calcification. But what is a calcification? Calcification is the accumulation of calcium salt in the body tissue, and it normally occurs in the formation of bone, but the calcium can be deposited abnormally in the soft tissue and causing it to harden. Calcification may be classified on whether there is a mineral balance or not, or the location of the calcification. So calcium accumulation is important in the formation of bone process, but if they are abnormally deposited in our tissue, there is a harmful. So calcium play a many important role in metabolism. So calcium is important constituent of bones and teeth. Calcium is one of the important factors of blood clotting because it initiate the blood clotting process like production of the thrombin, prothrombin, fiber threads. So calcium play an important role in blood clotting. So calcium is also important for responsible to maintain the rhythmicity of the heart and contractibility of the muscles. So these are also important in our heart function. Then excitability of cells and neurons depend upon the calcium ions, and it forms the cementing material in intracellular region. Calcium controls the permeability of cells membrane. In addition to this, the calcium perform a large number of function in the life of cells. So calcium's function is very important, but if the any disorder in this normal function, they produce the disorder of the calcium metabolism. These disorders are the like the diastatic metafication, then the many are the metastatic, pathological calcification, physiological calcification, then the dystrophic calcification, and another one is a metastatic calcification. So today we are going to discuss one by one. First one is the factors affecting the calcium metabolism. But why the factors affecting the calcium metabolism? The calcium is required by daily life, and requirement of calcium for adult is 0.1 gram. Calcium requirement for the another young group is different other than the children's. So daily excretion of the calcium ranges remains to 0.4 to 0.9 grams. In adult is around about the 0.776 grams, and this excretion takes place through the feces and urine, and about the 100 to 250 milligram of calcium is excreted through the urine, and most of calcium is utilized for the formation of bones, that is the calcification of bones, and in about 20% calcium is used for the formation of our skeleton, and total amount of skeleton calcium in human body is about 1.5 kg, and in plasma 9.11 milligram per liter calcium is present. So many factors are affecting the calcium metabolism. So absorption of calcium through the intestine, and the pH play an important role because pH is depend on the concentration of sugar, proteins and vitamin D or etc. These are the most important factor of calcium metabolism. Then the excretion of calcium through the feces urine calcium tonicity depend upon the parathyroid hormone. The parathyroid hormone is important because the parathyroid hormone secreted by the parathyroid glands and that regulate the serum calcium concentration through its effect of bone, kidney and intestine. So parathyroid hormone is also important because of that is also known as a calcitonin. Calcitonin is the process in which the calcitonin reduces the calcium level in the blood by two main mechanisms. It inhibits the activity of osteoblasts, which are the cells responsible for the breaking down bone. And when bone is broken down, the calcium content in the bone release into the bloodstream, and this is known as a calcitonin. And because of that, the bone calcium is released into the bloodstream. So pH of the plasma or body fluid is must be alkaline. Many conditions are there for the factors affecting the calcium metabolism. Then another one is a parathyroid hormone. Phosphate in blood, concentration of vitamin D are accessory factors which stimulate the calcium metabolism. Then calcitonin is the hormone is responsible to increase permeability of tubular cell resulting into calciuria. The calcitonin is the hormone and is responsible for the increase the permeability of tubular cells, means it is the related to the kidney, and because of that if the increase its permeability, more and more calciums are occur in urine, and this condition is known as a calcinuria. The calcinuria means the excessive accumulation of calcium in urine. This term is a calcinuria, and these are because of the calcitonin hormone. Why the calcitonin hormone? Because the if the calcium of the bone is deposited into the blood because of its breakdown, they carried out through the bloodstream and because of that the permeability of the tubular cells are breakdown or increases, and because of that the excessive calcium occur in our urine, and this condition is a calcinuria. And important hormone of plasma metabolism is parathyroid hormone. If plasma level of calcium decreases, more amount of parathyroid hormone is releases, and which stimulates the osteoblast and which release more calcium from bone and maintain the plasma calcium level. So these all are factors affecting the calcium metabolism. Types of calcification. Types of calcification, but what is a calcification? Calcification is the accumulation of calcium salts in the body tissue. It normally occurs the formation of bone, but calcium can be deposited abnormally in soft tissue causing it to harden, and calcification may be classified on the mineral balance or not and the location of the calcification. Means calcification means the accumulation of calcium salts in the body tissue, but it actually the calcium deposited on only on the bones or the skeletons, but if they occur in the normal tissue they start the calcification. The calcifications have a two types. First one is a physiological calcification and second one is a pathological calcification. In physiological calcification means it is seen in process of bone formation. It is a natural process, so is known as a physiological calcification. Then calcium is deposited in the bone by osteoblast cells. It too different from calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate, and because of these two chemicals the bones are formed. First one is a calcium phosphate and second one is a calcium carbonate. And during the formation of bone, initially calcium phosphate nucleus is laid down by the osteoblast, and the around which number of the layers of calcium carbonate are deposited during the physiological calcification, and the some osteoblast to mobilization of the calcium during the osteoporosis. And out of total calcium in bone, 85% of calcium is in the form of calcium phosphate, and the factor which favor or inhibit the calcium deposition. So out of the total calcium in bone, 85% of calcium is in the form of calcium phosphate. Means the calcium phosphate is more than the calcium carbonate. So it is a physiological calcification. Another one is a pathological calcification. Calcification which occurs at the site other than the bone and teeth is taken as a pathological calcification, which shows the two types. First one is a dystrophic calcification and second one is a metastatic calcification. So deposition of calcium salt in the dead or degenerated tissue is known as a dystrophic calcification. Here is the dead and degenerative tissue. Site is a dead and degenerative tissue. This is known as a dystrophic calcification. And this type of calcification is mainly stimulated due to the ill or bad nourishment, like in the process of degeneration, necrosis and gangrene, where is the blood supply is very low, and because of the low blood supply there is a minimum nourishment is provided. So because of that ill or bad nourishment, there is a present of the dystrophic calcification, and it occurs in dying cells of tissue or bone. And in this case, calcium salts are deposited even in also soft tissue. Because of that, this is also known as a dystrophic calcification. Then a dystrophic calcification, this soft tissue is vicinity of bone shows the development of abnormal bone. It occurs due to the fatty acid produced during the necrosis combines with the calcium released due to the necrosis and form of the solution and are replaced by calcium phosphate because of the fatty acid produced during the necrosis. So necrosis is one most fact of the calcium deposition. Then another one is if the increase the alkalinity during the necrosis, because increase the alkalinity, the change in the metabolism, and this alkaline medium precipitate the calcium salts, and thus the deposition of calcium takes place. The alkaline phosphate and the enzyme accumulated in the necrotic zone and stimulate the calcium deposition, and it occurs in also lungs. So lungs is also one site of the dystrophic calcification. Then another one is the metastatic. In metastatic calcification, the deposition of calcium salt in the normal tissue, and in dystrophic calcification, the deposition of calcium in dead and decayed tissue. Means in metastatic calcification, what is the difference between the metastatic and dystrophic calcification? In dystrophic calcification, there is the calcium deposition in the dead tissue, and in metastatic calcification, deposition of calcium salts in normal tissue. So in metastatic calcification, it is occur at unknown site and mostly affected organ is kidney, and nephrons are damaged due to the deposition of calcium, and kidney stones develop due to the calcium oxalate and calcium phosphate. These are the example of metastatic calcification. But the kidney stone is different than the urine stones, because urine stones produced from the uric acid and cystine and derivative of ammonia, and are not metastatic calcification. Means urine stones are not example of metastatic calcification because it is deposited due to the uric acid, not the calcium ions. But kidney stones are the example of metastatic calcification because it developed due to the calcium oxalate and calcium phosphate. Next organ which is affected by the metastatic calcification is stomach. In stomach, around the gastric gland, calcium deposition takes place, and sometimes lung shows the metastatic calcification in the result of tuberculosis. Then another one example of the metastatic calcification in the blood vessels, coronary artery are potent for the deposition of calcium and resulting into the heart attack. So because of metastatic calcification, kidneys suffer, lungs are also suffer, and heart is also suffer. It means the metastatic calcification seen in the soft organs like heart, kidney and lungs. These are the metastatic calcification. Then another topic is a disorder from metabolic disorder of mineral metabolism is gout. Gout is a disease in which a defective metabolism of uric acid causes arthritis, and especially is the smaller bone of the feet, deposition of chalk stones, and episodes of acute pain. So these are the, because of the defective metabolism in uric acid causes arthritis, so hardly muscles pain, bone pains, and is known as arthritis. And this condition or this disorder is known as a gout. And gout is a chronic disease of disorder of purine metabolism, and it is commonly in the midst of age of individual, means the after 40 age, and it is most common in male than female, means the cases of gout is rarely in male but is larger than the the cases are larger in females. So the clinical symptoms are marked as a hyperuricemia. The condition we discuss in the clinical pathology, the term is a hyperuricemia. And during the attack of gout, the persistent irritating pains are felt in the joints, and because of that the defective metabolism of uric acid, there is the many many diseases or the many types of the arthritis, like muscles pain, bones pain. These are depending upon the amount of changes in uric acid metabolism. Then especially great toes is affected frequently. So these are the peculiarity of gout. Then gout means the arthritis, and it is a constant irritating pain on the bone because of the synovial fluid is also defected, and the uric acid is deposited into the bone, and the friction is started because of the normal composition of the synovial fluid is less, and if the friction is start due to the uric acid deposition, there is a very pain, and this process is known as a gout. Many pathological changes seen during the gout. It is marked by the continuous deposition of crystals of sodium urinate in the tissue, and this deposition is known as a tophi. And chemically, these crystals are formed of uric acid, lipid, and protein in minor quantity in the beginning. And these crystals is eaten by the leukocytes, but they are unable to digest them by the lysosome, and hence are unable to digest them by lysosome. They are stored within their cytoplasm, and if they are stored within the cytoplasm, there is a production of the pain, and this process is known as a gout. And the presence of these crystals of the tissue is responsible for the activation of the complementary system, resulting into the activation of uric acid, and because of that metabolism of crystal sodium urinate is formed in the form of long needles, and hence the responsible for the constant irritating pain. So why in condition of gout there is a constant irritating pain? Because of the sodium urinate form a long needles, and because of these long needles there is the constant irritating pain. So the gout condition means the arthritis. In Marathi they are known as a Sandevad. So this process is very painful, and these are because of the disorder in mineral metabolism. These are disorder due to the purine metabolism, and calcification because of the disorder in calcium metabolism. So here we finished the chapter is a disorder of mineral metabolism. I stop here. Thank you. If you have any problem, then contact me.